Alright guys, so what I'm doing with this one is I'm moving an entire nuke hive into a 10 frame brood box. This will give this healthy colony the opportunity to grow and fill out a bigger hive rather than them trying to work with this little hive. They're really impressive. It's an Italian queen mated with a feral male bee, so a feral drone, which has resulted in a colony that's adapted to arid environments, which is really impressive. I didn't think they would actually find any drones out here because there are no waterways or dams in state forest connecting our farm to this bee farm. So I don't know where they must be localised on our farm. So a feral hive using our dam as water, which would explain a few things. But yeah, as I said, impressive hive. That's if it's still going well. It's got a lot of food, a hell of a lot of food, which is even more impressive at this time of the year. Let's see if it's got brood or young larvae to tell me if it has a queen, because it should have. It was a healthy hive, and given that they're not attacking me right now as such, because you will know one sting here and there is not classified as attacking, and they have heaps of brood. So this is a very healthy hive. I'm hoping the queen is on that frame, but if not, she will be in here somewhere, and I'll empty this entire hive into that box just by placing the frames in there gently. That way it's just like their current home. They won't know the difference between this one and the one I just took them out of. There we go, so I'll push those two together, and then I'm going to have to tap that hive into this box, because there are a lot of bees on the walls. These are just all feeding, these bees. We have got a lot of bees in here, which is telling me the queen could be in this box, which is not ideal. I have to shake all of these into here very gently. I don't want them hurting themselves. And if she is in there, she will drop into this hive. I'd probably use a brush under normal circumstances to put them in the hive like that. But as I said, I'm doing it gently. I'm not hurting any bees in the process. And now what I'll do is just pop this back on top while I go refill their water, their sugar water. So they will in fact have food. Looks like they've chewed the rubber off this feeder frame. So you can see the lines. There are lines where rubber was across to hold it in place. They've chewed that off. They're quite good at that. Very clean. They clean their hives, and that includes getting rid of rubber, any rubber bands or anything. Alrighty. So as I said before, 1-to-1 sugar water, 1 part sugar, 1 part water. The bees absolutely love it. If you do 2-to-1, 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, they will store it all. If you do 1 part, 1 part to 1 part, they will use it as food, more so than storing it, which is what we want right now. We want them to use it as food. We want them to feed their young with it. So we can just get that bee out of there. Move, girls. And I'll push the frame into that, move that on top of their brood chamber. And I think that's all the pressure I can really apply. I don't really want to add another frame. And there we have it. Moved the hive into a bigger box. So an entire colony into a bigger box, and now I just have to keep an eye and make sure that they're not going to take off on me and not stay in this hive. I'll get rid of this hive. Out of sight, out of mind for them, so they don't keep trying to go back to their original hive. Not that they will. And there you have it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. More room for the queen. That's what it comes down to.